In a quiet garden where the ancient darkness is slowly being pushed away by cold, mechanical streetlights, a tiny life form watches from the deep shadows. This is Flicker, a small firefly who spends his nights gazing at the brilliant, steady glow of the giant lamps that line the urban streets nearby. He wonders why his own light is so small, so flickering, and so fragile compared to the unwavering power of the artificial suns above him tonight. Driven by a deep sense of inadequacy, Flicker decides that he must become as bright as those lamps, no matter what effort it takes from him. He tenses his tiny body, pumping all his energy into his glow, trying to erase the natural rhythm of his light to mimic the static electricity. The garden fades behind him as he enters the realm of the city lights, where the air hums with the cold buzz of high-voltage power lines. To him, the streetlights represent perfection. They never fade, they never blink, and they command the attention of everything and everyone passing by in the night. He pushes himself harder than ever before, ignoring the heat radiating from the glass and the way his own strength is rapidly draining away into nothing. In this blinding glare, his unique beauty is lost. He is trying so hard to be like the light outside that he forgets how to shine. The heat is suffocating. Flicker's wings grow heavy as the artificial brilliance burns his eyes, leaving him disoriented and gasping for breath in the neon haze. Trying to match someone else's brightness is an exhausting race that has no finish line. Flicker is learning that imitation comes at a very high price. His energy is spent. The dream of being a streetlight shatters as his muscles fail, and he begins to spiral downward toward the dark earth below. He hits the ground with a soft thud, landing deep within the tangled roots of an old oak tree, far from the reach of the city. In this total darkness, Flicker feels like a failure. He couldn't be the light he admired, and now he feels he has no light at all. But in the deepest silence of the garden floor, far from the noise and the glare, something begins to shift inside his tired, tiny heart tonight. He realizes that the streetlight is stuck in one place, powered by wires, while he is free to move, to breathe, and to exist in shadows. The pressure to be always on begins to fade. As he stops trying to force his light, a different kind of glow starts to emerge naturally. He begins to understand that his purpose isn't to illuminate the whole street, but to be a spark of life in the places light cannot reach. This realization is a miracle. In the heart of his exhaustion, Flicker finds a reservoir of strength that he never knew existed within his small frame. Consider the starling in the valley, lost in a crowd of thousands, forced to sing the same song and fly the same path as the rest. It spends its life trying to fit in, terrified of being different, yet exhausted by the constant noise and the lack of its own true identity. Then look higher, to the eagle that sits alone on the jagged mountain peak. It does not seek the approval of a crowd or a flock. The eagle has the courage to be solitary. It understands that its strength lies in its independence and its ability to soar where others cannot reach. Some are born to be starlings, blending into the safety of the valley. But some are born with the souls of eagles, destined for the heights. You don't need the world to see you to be significant. You only need to see yourself clearly and to know the value of your own. True light doesn't come from a wire or a battery. It comes from the courage to stand apart and be exactly who you were meant to be. Flicker sees the metaphor in his own life. He was trying to be a starling in a valley of streetlights, instead of being the unique firefly. He realizes his smallness is not a weakness. It is his greatest advantage. He can go places the big lights can never hope to reach today. The fear of being small vanishes. In its place grows a quiet, powerful pride. He is ready to shine on his own terms, for himself. When Flicker stopped comparing himself to the artificial world, his light finally became truly brilliant. It wasn't about the intensity, but the purity of it. He moves through the deepest shadows, where the streetlights are nothing more than a distant, forgotten memory. Here, his light is the king of darkness. His small light becomes a guide for others. He sees a beetle struggling in the dark and provides the gentle glow needed to find its way. He is no longer a shadow of the streetlight. He is a creator of beauty, making the dark garden look like a magical, enchanted kingdom tonight. There is a profound joy in being oneself. The fatigue that once weighed him down has been replaced by an effortless, soaring grace and inner peace. He finds his community, not by being the brightest, but by being the most authentic. Together, they create a symphony of light that is truly breathtaking. The world needs the streetlights to see the roads, but it needs the fireflies to see the soul of the night. Both have their place here. He has found his light, not by looking up at the heights of others, but by looking deep into the quiet depths of his own being. This is the light of self-acceptance. It is a light that never burns out, because it is fueled by the truth of who he really is. He is no longer a prisoner of comparison. He is Flicker, the firefly, and his light is the most beautiful thing in the entire world tonight. We are often like Flicker. We sit in the glow of our screens, scrolling through the brilliant, curated lives of others, feeling small and very dim. We try to mimic their success, their appearance, and their happiness, hoping that if we shine like them, we will finally be worthy of notice. But this digital streetlight only leaves us feeling hollow and exhausted. It is an artificial light that doesn't warm the heart or guide the soul. The first step to finding your own light is to stop looking at the glare of everyone else's. Silence the noise and embrace the quiet shadows. In the darkness, your true passions begin to glow. Whether it is art, music, or simply kindness, your unique spark is waiting to be found again. Your difference is not a flaw, it is your signature. It is the only thing that belongs solely to you in a world of endless copies. When you stop trying to be a streetlight for others to admire, you become a light that guides yourself toward a life of meaning and peace. Be your own light, not the brightest in the room, but the truest version of yourself. That is where real power and real beauty live. Don't let the world's glare blind you to your own magic. You are a firefly in a world of lamps. Embrace your flicker and shine on. The journey to finding your brightest light begins the moment you accept yourself. It is a path of freedom, joy, and endless, beautiful possibility today. You have a light that the world has never seen before. It is your responsibility to nurture it, to protect it, and to let it shine. Thank you for joining Flicker on his journey. We hope his story has helped you see the incredible, unique value that you carry within your heart. Comment up if you are ready to rise and shine your way, or out if you are choosing to step out from under the world's expectations. Always remember, the brightest light is the one that comes from within. Stay true to yourself, stay bright, and we will see you very soon.